Kowa Party agrees to publicly declare its support for the governorship candidate of the ANP Lagos, Ladipo Johnson, and to work assiduously for his election to the office of Governor of Lagos State. Further to the above, Kowa Party Lagos agrees not to field any candidate or support any other candidate for the office of Governor of Lagos State in the 2019 general elections. ANP Lagos agrees to publicly declare its support for the legislative candidates of Kowa Party Lagos and to work assiduously for their election to the various positions listed below. And it lists the Lagos East Senatorial and all the constituencies that are affected. Furthermore, another one that is of interest is in consideration of the aforementioned and upon a successful election of the ANP Lagos governorship candidate into the office of Governor of Lagos. ANP Lagos commits to establishing a government that will formally incorporate and diligently execute the following cardinal principles of governance. That is A, transparency in the finances of Lagos State, including the publication of the annual budget, etc., etc. And B, the autonomy of local government areas. Also, and of course, the last operative part of it would be that we would both look to setting up a coalition government. Now, I read these out because it is important. And the joy I had when we had our negotiations was that no one in Kowa spoke to me about sharing of offices. What they spoke about were those two cardinal principles: transparency of governance and the local government autonomy. Now, again, I do apologize to the press because our policy document is ready, but we have to include the principles of Kowa, and I'll make them available this week to the press. But suffice to say that from the points raised by our presidential candidate, that of the ANP, because the Kowa Party have a presidential candidate, good governance, you can see that it was the first thing mentioned, and it is very important to us, and that is exactly what Kowa mentioned. There are 4 planks to the good governance that we take seriously. The first is that we undertake, as a party or as 2 parties now, we undertake not just to publish the budget, but to publish weekly all decisions of the Lagos State Executive Council regarding decisions by the Executive Council, whether for contracts, what have you. As long as they are not security confidential decisions, we undertake to publish these decisions so that Lagosians can follow what their government is doing. Governance at the moment is shrouded in mystery, and it is because they want to cover up and do things that are not in the interest of Lagosians. Secondly, on the issue of transparency, we will immediately take steps to domesticate the Freedom of Information Act that is at the federal level, so that any Lagosian can request for information from the government. The two legs, of course, the other two legs are the local government autonomy, which we all know entails a lot of things in ensuring good governance. And the last of it is that we realize that it is the public servants and the civil servants that will deliver on whatever policies that we bring forth. And so we will ensure that the welfare of these civil servants will be taken care of, that they will be trained and empowered to deliver world-class services for Lagosians. This will guarantee the fact that Lagos will remain ahead. And I keep telling people, because some people will tell you that, oh, Lagos is ahead. But we keep saying to them, yes, Lagos is ahead. But who or which state are you comparing Lagos to? Are you comparing Lagos to Borno State? Lagos is ahead. But are we where we ought to be? And we all know that the answer is no. We are not where we ought to be, because there hasn't been good governance for 20 years, and some people have put Lagos in their pockets. We will open up a transparent government. We will work with the people, work with the civil servants and public servants, and deliver quality services to the people of Lagos. Infrastructural development is important, but when you see a government that concentrates solely on infrastructure, then you begin to wonder whether all they care about are contracts. It is important to us because, as our presidential candidate said, a lot of the people have been left behind, not just in Nigeria, in Lagos. Go around the state, drive around at night, you see so many homeless people sleeping on bridges, sleeping under the bridges. Lagosians have been left behind. The money that you see coming in has gone into the pockets of a few. We believe that infrastructural development is important, but what is even more important is that we must invest in the people of Lagos. We must invest in their healthcare, in their Medicare, in social housing, and of course we must invest and reinvest and reinvest in education, technical education, and ensure that we find ways very quickly, to get our youth back to work. Just this afternoon, as we were coming for the press conference, there were young people fighting at the tip of Third Mainland Bridge by Adekunle. They had machetes, and I saw at least two with guns. These young people, maybe from the Makoko area to the Third Mainland Bridge, Mr. President, they weren't more than 16, 17-year-old boys. And that is what these people have turned our state into. And that is why when they had their rally, you saw what happened. We don't want that for our children. And we say enough is enough. Yesterday we were in Badagry, and our president told them that Otoge, enough is enough. We call on all Lagosians to rise up. And in the few weeks we have left to the 2nd of March, we call on you to rise up, to spread the news, talk to your neighbors. You see, because you cannot compare, you cannot compete with them. They're spending stolen money. That's why you have billboards every 10 meters. That is it. You cannot compete with them. And we do not want to compete with them. Gentlemen of the press, time is fast spent. I will send you the complete action point and manifesto incorporating both the Kowa party and ANP. And I believe that in the next week and a half, the website will be complete.